Even if you don't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen, I promise you have time to do this. Hi friend, if you're new here, my name is Maddie and I'm here to help you with your vegan meal prep. And today I just want to show you how quickly you can get a prep done. Ever since our daughter was born, I have had like no time to spend in the kitchen, and basically I just need healthy food prepped and ready to go in my fridge. So if you're someone who wants to eat healthy but doesn't have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen, this is going to be perfect for you. First things first, of course, we need to get our apron on and take out everything we're going to prep today. Now, I actually like to take a little time before the prep starts just to make a little checklist of everything I need to get done, and also kind of have an idea of how I'm going to prep each of the items. For example, if I'm going to bake anything or steam anything, or even if I'm just going to wash and chop, I kind of like to have an idea of each item and how I'm going to prepare it. So I just like to make a little checklist on the notes app on my phone. You can also use a pen and paper if you prefer. And then I personally like to go in order for my order of operations of the prep. So if I need to bake something, of course, that'll go first so I can get it in the oven, and then all of the washing and chopping and any cooking or steaming if that needs to get done as well. And then once that list is ready, we can go ahead and start the prep. Now, totally up to you if you want to scrub your potatoes or not. I almost never do. If you've ever seen any of my other videos, you'll know that I'm just too lazy to scrub my potatoes. However, I bought these nice organic ones and I thought, you know what, the potato skins are really good for you. I might as well, take a little extra time and scrub these so we can eat the skins. But if you don't have the time, don't feel bad about not scrubbing them, especially sweet potatoes. Usually I just remove the skin after they're done baking. So like I said, this is a fast and easy meal prep. Do whatever you can in the time you have. So I will wash a couple items together where it makes sense to do so, like for example with these tomatoes, green beans, celery, and mushrooms. I find it's pretty easy to just pick them out once they're washed together instead of washing everything separately. But I don't like to do too many things washed together at once because then you'll end up picking things out piece by piece. So if they're chunkier things like this combo here, it'll be pretty easy to just pick them out once they're done washing. So I'm just gonna pluck out these mushrooms first. These can just be set aside because we are going to use them in a cooked dish. So for now, I just need them washed. The green beans can go directly into a little pot for steaming. I'm just gonna quickly cut off their ends first and then straight into the steam pot, and I'll steam those here in a few minutes. And then for the celery and tomatoes, lately I've been doing a lot of salads and bootables. So I like those in kind of bite-sized pieces ready to be added into a salad. If I can just grab out a handful of celery and a couple tomatoes, it makes life so much easier. But if you wanted to have the celery for snacking, go ahead and just leave it in longer strips. And then you could even cut those strips down into smaller bite-sized pieces if needed. Like if you decide halfway through the week that you want to do a soup, you can always cut those longer strips down further. So unless I have a specific idea in mind, then usually I'll just leave them in larger chunks, and that makes them more versatile. And then like the leafy greens, I'll also wash together because those will all end up getting stored together and eaten together. And same with the Chinese vegetables that I'm washing today. So I do find it saves a little time to wash things together like this, but only if it doesn't take a lot of time to separate them again once they're washed. So I'm storing some of these rolled up in a tea towel. I find that they store really well like this. And then some of the leafy greens I'm also prepping for salad so that it's grab and go ready. So I'm just drying the leaves in a salad spinner and giving them a rough chop. For these bok choy and yu choy, I just like to cut off the bottom. I find that you get a more thorough wash that way when the leaves are separated. And then of course, we'll also give a quick rinse to our cilantro and our green onions. So we are almost done here, but I completely forgot that I lent out a couple of my large Tupperware. So I actually don't have as much space as I wanted to for these uncooked bok choy and yu choy. So I'm just gonna quickly boil them. It's really fast. Basically, you're just blanching them, and it actually saves you time throughout the week as well, because then you don't have to cook them later, and it will save space. Finally, we are finished and it feels so good to have this done. Of course, we have our leafy greens, mostly kale, but a little bit of lettuce in here as well. And then of course our steamed corn, our mushrooms ready to be cooked into a dish, our sweet potatoes, which I will likely use for dessert, potatoes, which I will probably use for salads and Buddha bowls, our green onions chopped and ready to go, salad veggies, and then the cooked choy, which my husband loves to use for his noodle soups. We have some steamed green beans, and of course the grab and go ready salad box and our washed cilantro. The only thing we did not get around to was baking the tofu, which I had a feeling we may not get around to, but that is okay. Like I said, you need to make this prep manageable for yourself, and even if you have a lot less veggies than what I had today, go ahead and get those washed and chopped and ready to use in your fridge, because when you open your fridge and you see them prepped, you are much more likely to use them. Now, I know getting this prep done is just half the battle, because sometimes we need inspiration on how to use up these items. So I do obviously suggest that you have some ideas of what you want to make throughout the week before you even grocery shop, let alone do this wash and chop. But if you are stuck for meal ideas and just need something new, check out this video here. I have a lot of different recipes in there, a lot of which are perfect for fall, which we are going into now, and I think you're gonna love it.